Absolutely. Again, as he said, my name is Coffee. A newer member to the TGBG squad, but definitely no stranger to teams and Call of Duty and gaming in general. Been playing Call of Duty for a long, long time since the first one came out, Finest Hour on the PS2. Um, yeah,
You want to hear something funny, Coffee? I have a mic
yeah.
muted the whole time. Let's go, baby. We're good. We're good.
Oh
We're
no,
good. So that's Coffee, everybody.
it's all
Again,
right.
it's our first time doing this, so there's going to be some bugs till we get everything situated. Um, we'll work
We'll
them all
work them
out. It's
all
going
out.
to be
It'll be
fun.
okay.
So I'm your host, Chef. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Like you said, Coffee's also a new member of TGBG. Um, I feel like I've been in TG for a while now. Um, but but welcome to the first TGBG on Comms podcast. We have a whole agenda we're going to talk about tonight, and it's going to be the Black Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That is what we're going to be
Absolutely.
talking about
Much to
first
talk
tonight.
about.
Um, it is about how the alpha played, how the beta played, you know, how maybe I feel about it, how Coffee feels about it, and we'll look in the chat, and if anybody's got any questions themselves, we'll chit chat with the chat, and we'll just get a whole feel of everything. See what people's if we're on the same wavelength on everything. Ugh. All right, Coffee. Let's start it off here. Let's talk about skill based matchmaking, sir.
Oh, what a
What a
topic.
topic on hand.
That's a big one. We're starting it on with a fiery
Fiery,
topic
a
tonight.
very hot topic. It's been
Indeed.
it's been all over Twitter. It's been all over YouTube. It's talked about everywhere. Not only has skill based matchmaking been such a big thing, like people are like are getting to the point where they're raging so bad they may not play the game anymore. I don't know about yourself, Coffee, but
Yeah, I think it's a very passionate topic to talk about. Um, there's certainly multiple sides to it and multiple strong emotions, let's say, that can definitely bring out in a lot of people. Certainly myself is not an exception to that rule. We'll definitely discuss both sides of it. Um, beforehand, I'd probably say that I'm definitely leaning more towards the side of not having it
I
in
agree.
the game, but we'll certainly discuss both sides, devil's advocate, all that kind of stuff. I think it's certainly healthy to discuss both sides. It's there, it's been there for a while. There's obviously a reason. I think we should certainly go over those things. And also the whole reason most of the, well, at least the hardcore player base is extremely frustrated about. Not to speak for everyone else, but I mean, look up Twitter, look up any news article about the beta that's not about releases or updates, and you're going to see something about skill based matchmaking in there probably somewhere, even if it's just hinted
Yeah,
at.
right there with you. Um, One of the things we want to talk about with the skill based matchmaking, I know me personally. Um, since Modern Warfare, it's obviously been in Modern Warfare. I felt it. I'm sure you have felt it. I know a lot of people who I play with have felt it switch over. Like your first game may feel good, and then like you do really well. And then the second game it kicks in. It's like whoa, you can definitely tell. So the thing about that is like, do you constantly want to play sweaty or get in sweaty lobbies? Me personally, I don't mind a good match. I love a good match, right? A good match is awesome. Good match is
Certainly.
always fun, right? It's competitive because again, like you and me discussed earlier, COD is it's for fun. It's made to go with your friends and have fun. Occasionally, have a good hard match with another team, another six, group of six, whatever. It's fun. But me personally, every single game, if I have to go extremely hard, it pushes me away. I cannot.
Yeah,
I can't play for a long time. Let me say that.
there's there's not there's not really a whole lot I can say to add to that because you're 100% right. At least in regards to what you're saying there. As far as the sweaty lobbies, um, I won't lie. I definitely am on the more hardcore side of things. I do like to win, but if you're not having fun, in my opinion, what's the point? You can lose and have fun, you can win and have fun, as long as you're playing to get better. Those kinds of things. Teamwork can always be a good thing, but there's a lot of issues, which we'll get into that further, of course, as well. But yeah, when it comes to sweaty lobbies, there's sometimes I just want to lean
Yeah,
back
just have some
and
fun.
play. I don't want to be
I,
on the edge of my seat 24/7 to play some Call of Duty with my buddies or team or whoever I might be playing with. I don't necessarily want to be sitting there knowing that it's end all be all every single match after match after match after match with seemingly no
I,
end.
I agree with you, man. Now, we discussed earlier on how when did we start playing COD. And I've seen some people in chat already. Me personally, I started playing COD in Modern Warfare 2. Um, Still, it feels like forever ago since Modern Warfare 2 has been. Coffee, you said you've been playing since the beginning, the first Call of Duty game ever.
The very beginning, since the first installment on
I mean,
PS2,
so I
baby.
mean, we've been through some stuff. Like guys, we like picking earlier. We've dabbled on everything. We have played every single COD. As I pick, what I can't remember what Nate Shot said one time, but he said something about the advanced movement, and I said I survived the advanced movement. Um, I okay. I'm gonna be kind of me personally. Um, Advanced Warfare was our first jumping game. Or, I mean, Advanced Movement. And if I'm not mistaken, chat can let me know too. I feel like Advanced Warfare was the first time we truly seen skill based matchmaking, like skill based. I feel like because me personally, every game I played solo, it was it was tough, and I was just I couldn't. Me 4 games to the most, I'm done. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I was done. I don't know about you, but Advanced Warfare for me showed the skill based matchmaking come in big time.
Yeah, I think that Advanced Warfare definitely had a lot of competitive to it as well. I mean, we saw Clan Wars then as well, of course. Um, but even outside of that, I mean, you'd see all the people repping the gear from the Clan Wars. I mean, you feel like you'd run into that almost every game. So it's definitely people that had a lot of stature to them, a lot of high KDs, high win losses that you're
Mm-hmm.
playing against. Um, the competitive scene. I mean, it's still huge now. It's huge then as well. It's just there's a lot going on then. I think that the clan wars definitely helped in a sense because a lot of the sweats were only
True. The
certain
game. Yep.
certain times
Yep.
of the day, in
Yep.
my opinion. But yeah, I mean, you talk about Modern Warfare 2 or COD 4. A lot of times you just get into a match and you feel like people are, I don't know, playing with the controller with their
Oh
feet or
man.
something, to the point where they don't know how to play, or they're completely the opposite and you're just getting shit on the entire game, and it's just
Yeah.
kind of random. And that's what it is without skill-based matchmaking. It's a nice even mix. Sometimes you get an even game, sometimes you get an easy game, and naturally that just kind of works out pretty well, at least for, I would say, more the hardcore gamers. But yeah, I'd say Advanced Warfare definitely, at least to my recent memory, personally, I feel like would definitely be the start of the more hardened lobbies. I think Ghosts had a lot of that
I
too,
didn't feel it in.
personally,
See,
but yeah,
I
I'd
didn't
have
feel it
to
in
generally agree with
Ghost.
that.
I didn't feel it in Black Ops 3. I also didn't feel it in IW, which we won't talk about IW. I know IW was a game for a lot of people. But in them three games, I didn't feel the skill based matchmaking as much as I felt in Advanced Warfare. And now, I really feel it now. Like I can tell. Um, I play solo a lot by myself. Everybody in chat, hey, how you doing? Hand raised. 1 second, Bullet, and we'll get to your question if you got something you got to say. I remember I play solo in Modern Warfare quite a bit. Sometimes I'm here lately. I have been, and I like to play hardcore like yourself. I've dabbled in hardcore a lot, and the Shoot the Ship came out, and the shipment map, and there was a couple games where I popped off a little bit. I dropped like an 80 kill game one game, then a 90 and a 70 and so forth, and then just like that,
Oh yeah.
that sixth game. It was on. I mean, it wasn't no casual. I'm sitting in front of my seat. The Nick Merckx look. All you see is my forehead if I'm streaming, and you're going full in. Um, it's I can tell in this one for sure, and it's one of those things. It's like I don't know if I like it and I don't like it. It's kind of a double blade.
Yeah. I feel like if there was some sort of knob that
Yeah,
was turned, they broke it and it's just still spinning
got you,
more
bullet.
and more and more. I don't feel like there is a maximum. I just feel like it's literally cranked up to
Yeah.
100 uh, all the time in the beta, in the alpha, and like you said before, the first game or maybe the first couple of games, maybe it was more of a placebo effect because it's just a brand new game and we're just kind of learning everything. But it didn't seem like it was that hard. But I mean, it felt like it hit like you hit a brick wall. Game 2 or 3 was like, oh, by the way, here's skill-based matchmaking. You thought we didn't have it. Well, think again. Nice try. Here you go. And
So
that was it. It's on for the rest of
so
the beta.
the
It didn't
next
matter.
thing is a ranked playlist, right? You know,
Yeah,
I've
this ties in well.
I've done game battles, I've done wager matches before. You know, if I wanted to, let's say that even after work, and I wanted to get into that, that's something I will do, right? But on Sunday evenings, you just want to come in and just play casual. But if you're a true, I guess, a competitive person, I feel like they need to have a good ranked playlist. And me personally, I don't know if you played Black Ops 2 League Play or not, but that was the best, me personally, that was the best ranked system playlist they had since. There had been, I've heard some people say World War II had a good one, but I didn't mess with that any because I didn't like that game that much. But Black Ops 2 League Play, to me, was by far the best ranked playlist that they've had to date. It has another one matching at all.
Well, we can certainly agree that it's better than absolutely no ranked playlist. Modern Warfare.
True. And they don't even have rank in Modern Warfare, do they?
Yeah, I don't understand how they haven't done that. And to be fair, you look at it. I mean, you play pubs, and it feels like it might as well be a ranked match. I mean, you might as well be, game 11,
Oh yeah.
final
I
match of the World League. You're
I
the star
actually,
player.
funny you say that. I actually tweeted that on my Twitter playing the beta. I had a picture of Prim Six in there holding the championship ring. I says Game 5, baby, of the World COD Championships.
Every game.
And I mean that's
What
what
it
it
feels
does.
like.
And
It
me
does.
personally, like I've never played on land before. I've never, experienced that or what it feels like to play that. So like, that's probably different meta in itself. Actually playing competitively. But if you want to feel that, I feel like they need to have a rank, a good one, to persuade the people who truly gonna go hard. Maybe give them something to achieve when they play. Like I always wanted that master. What is it? You had like gold, silver on Black Ops 2, the playlist. Like I wanted to be in
Yeah.
the Master League. Like I wanted to be that one so bad. I so wanted that. So that's what.
Yeah, I think that doing a good
Yes.
ranked mode is a very good point. Just putting in ranked to begin with, like I said, it's better than none at all, but not by much. If there's no incentive to play it more than the normal game mode, you might just have this weird mix where it really doesn't feel like
Yeah.
there's a difference. I mean, there's multiple games I've played where people prefer to play pubs competitively more so than the ranked because the ranked is
Oh
so
yeah.
bad.
And see, that was me. I tried the Advanced Warfare one hard. Man, it was tough. Like I remember in Black Ops 2, you got penalized if you left the game early. Like you had like to wait 5 minutes. The longest I seen was somebody had to wait an hour before they could play another match on rank play. An hour because they left the game early. Like I feel,
Right?
to me, that's what made that so good. Like there was consequences. You're playing rank. I mean, some people are taking it seriously. You know, some people and some teams, I imagine or I'm thinking they might have used that to recruit a player, pick a player up, find a hidden gem. Something like that. I feel like I don't know. You
Oh
find some
yeah,
top tier
100%.
players.
That's definitely a good way to do it, and now it just seems like you might as well just play pubs at this
Yeah.
point. I
Um,
mean, to be fair, in the last COD, that's all there was pubs. But no, I 100% agree with you. That's a really good point.
but the pros for skill based matchmaking. Okay, we got to throw some pros in here, chat. So just bear with us here.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it fun to just curb stomp everybody? Yes, yes, it is. Right? It is. It is. It is
Of course.
extremely fun. If you ever played Black Ops One, Demolition on Jungle, we can get the spawns. We can watch the spawn, and we just take them out. But as myself, and I'm sure like you remember the first time you played Call of Duty for the very first time. I do. It was a nightmare.
Absolutely.
I got my ass kicked. I
I
mean,
think we
I
all
had to,
probably did, at least
but
to some extent.
I learned how to play the game. I learned.
Right.
I
The
learned
key
how to play the
point.
game.
Very
I
key
gave
point.
myself challenges. Like I just got an Xbox 360. I got Modern Warfare 2. I done played the campaign like 8 times. I'm preparing myself for this moment. And I told myself, just get 10 kills, right? You're going 10 and 40, but it's okay, right? you know,
Absolutely.
right? But I feel like, skill-based matchmaking could help newer players to a certain extent if it's in there to better them off, and as they get better, they can play against better people, right? Now, for us
Exactly.
who are good at the game or highly skilled at the game, or yes, I'll say skilled because it takes a skill to play Call of Duty. That's when it's not fun, So I can see the goods and the bads of it, you know, and I'm sure that's why Activision is putting skill based matchmaking in there so they can get more players in playing it and not because everybody's skill level is different in the team, right? Like you and me could be just having a 3-4 KDs, and then we get somebody on the team that's maybe has a negative KD. They may not enjoy that at all playing with us, but we enjoy playing with them because hey,
Exactly.
we're going we're going to pop off.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to be said whenever you're playing with other groups of people or with groups of people that you know when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, and this can lead into kind of one of the cons of skill-based matchmaking. I mean, let's say you get a group of 5 or 6 people, and it's highly unlikely that every single one of you are at exactly the same play level. I'd love to say everyone's on an equal playing field. That's obviously not the case. We try to look at things realistically as well. Not everybody's going to play as well as that. I'm sure that Chef is better than other players and worse than
Oh,
other players. I'm
by
sure that
all
I'm
means,
better than
I am
other
I am
players
not
and
the
worse
greatest
than
at
other
all. I'm right
players.
there with you.
So, yeah, and the thing with that, and the problem with that, is that when it comes to gaming, like we discussed really earlier on in the podcast, if you're not having fun, at least in my opinion, this may be different for others, but I mean, what's the point? It shouldn't be a job. You got to have at least some fun. There's definitely some skill and practice involved to it, sure, just like there is in pretty much anything else. But if you want to play with a group of friends you're having fun with, whether it's just because you get along with them or you're trying to win the game, whatever it might be, and you have a really low level player, well, let's say it skill based match makes everyone in the lobby to the highest ranked person. Well, if it does it that way, then now the lower people in your lobby are not going to be having fun, and you may be at really a competitive disadvantage at that point, trying to make up for that. Which again, there's nothing wrong with being good or bad at a game. Like I said, it's more about having fun, at least in my opinion here. Um, and that can be a problem for those newer players. Whereas if they're playing alone, which may not be nearly as fun, they might get better lobbies based on their own playstyle and their own KDs, their own win losses, things like that. But also, if you're not playing with a team, it's hard to get your win
True,
loss
true.
up anyways because most randoms don't
Oh
listen to you. So
Lord.
there's this tug and pull and push and shove that's almost impossible to try to balance in between, in my opinion. There's so much to look at when it comes to
Uh,
skill based matchmaking.
Mason
It's
in
hard
chat
to.
said he plays. Well, Mason, I'm not sure if he still play R6 or not, but he just said they need to go to route like R6, Rainbow Six Siege did, and average it out. If you have 2 platinum players, 2 gold,
Uh huh.
2 silver, they're pretty much even, which I think is good, right? You just don't have full on 6 platinum players going up against silver players because you know the outcome what's going to be.
I am so glad you mentioned that because that's one thing that I wanted to bring up as well. I don't think that that's what's
No,
happening in Call of Duty.
no.
Based on the lobbies that I've played, it certainly doesn't feel like it. I'm not sure that that could possibly
And Bullet
be
just
what's
said that,
happening
and, too,
because of
and
that.
she says if you keep playing against easy people, you you can't get better either. I mean, that goes back to Modern Warfare 2. I only got better because I played against better people. I got better. I learned, right? I learned. You get this one guy keeps dropping. He's using this certain gun. Even though it was I was that person sometimes. I did run copycat. Okay, chat easy. Okay, but I experienced that on wow this gun's pretty good. What's he got on it? And you learn like I'm learning. If you just got a bunch of new people playing against each other, I don't know what the outcome is or how they're going to get better themselves. Like that's where
Yeah, I have
now
to agree.
another pro with the skill based matchmaking. I do feel like if you're playing against a good team, the win is more rewarding. The win, it's tough. It's tough.
Oh
It's
yeah.
back and forth. You get the win. You're like, you're. It's more rewarding in my sense, and I've had some of that in Modern Warfare a lot, and in Cold War 2 in the Alpha and Beta, when I did feel like every game in the Alpha and Beta I played in was extremely close, except for like the first two games. Like it was trying to figure out how to put this in their same.
Yeah, I mean, this is something you can look at in so many different categories. I mean, you look at
Oh,
sports, the games that are the closest,
are the
the
best
buzzer
ones.
beaters. Those are the
People
best ones.
talk
Those are the
about
ones
them
that people
more.
talk about. Those are the ones
People talk
people
about them
remember.
more than they do
Exactly.
the other ones. Exactly.
Nobody
Because
talks
don't
about
get
a
me
blowout.
wrong,
I mean, unless it was like the
bro.
biggest
I don't get me
game, but
wrong. I enjoy curb stomping people, but I don't remember it. Maybe if I drop a stupidly high kill game, I remember that. But I will remember more of like, man, last night's game with your buddies or something. Like, man, last night's game was it came down to the wire. Domination 290 like 199. I mean, it comes. Them are fun, but on the same time, I can't do that for a long period of time. I can't.
right. And that's really the
It
key part of the problem
drains.
there.
It will drain me. Dude, 3 games, I'm out. I am war. It's like I've got my Jordans on. They're tight on tight. The bands on. I got my Gatorade bottle beside me, and I'm pressing the court. It's hard, but it's fun too. But if you want me to come back and keep playing, it can't be that way. I feel like so it's like one of those like
Right.
double kind of things where you just don't know. That's
And
hey,
really the key
good
balance to
question here.
that.
In front of us said, let me ask you this, Coffee. When's the last time you played COD all day? All day. All
All
day, like one of
day?
those
I don't
bingers.
think I have an answer for that. I don't know if I have an answer for that question. I can't really remember the last time I
Mine
played it
was
all day.
BO4. I think me and in front of who said that we played COD for 8 hours one day. It was enjoyable. It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, and high risk
How it used to almost always
high
be.
risk said 5 or 6 years ago. I mean, that's where I feel like skill based matchmaking is hurting. It's hurting and helping in a weird way. It's hurting. Oh,
I
and
think it's hurting the hardcore players, hurting the people who play together,
yeah.
but it's helping newer players. It's helping them stay on the game longer, which leads to a lot of things, unfortunately, involved with money
Oh
and
yeah.
profits. Um, I mean, the longer those new players are staying on, the better experience they had with the beta, playing alone, just trying to learn the ropes against easier lobbies versus getting pub stomped in a beta. They're more inclined to buy the game, probably. They're more inclined to potentially spend money on some of the in-game packs that they have, the sales that they do, the COD points, all that kind of stuff. It can keep them coming back for more. And same thing with some hardcore players. I imagine there's some people out there that
There are.
enjoy the
There are.
constant
There are
grind.
some.
Maybe not a lot.
I'm
Certainly
not
not
one of
me.
them either, but I
I'm
imagine
on
that
your
there's a
side on
lot.
that.
Um, you know, if we if we look at the alpha and beta, I did I had a good mixture. I played by myself and I played with some people. And playing by myself solo in Cold War in alpha and beta, it was not enjoyable at all. Personally, it wasn't enjoyable. I mean, it was sweat fest 24/7, and I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy the alpha or beta too much by myself because of skill based matchmaking. Um, you either got teamed up with people who are really really good, or you're on the opposite side and you got a team of people who didn't know what the how to reload a weapon. I mean, it was unless it automatically for me. And it was like night and day. And then when I played with some people, it felt good. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it felt like a different. I was playing against different people, and I don't know how people in the chat felt that way, but some people didn't enjoy the alpha beta. I know that. Um, it's and it was all over Twitter too. We all seen it for the alpha beta. The skill based matchmaking was
Certainly.
everybody was streaming. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. For solo
Yeah.
experience, for solo experience, I didn't enjoy the alpha beta playing solo, but I did enjoy it
I
playing
mean,
with people.
me personally, I more enjoy really just gaming in general. I mean, unless it's obviously a solo game with other people. Sometimes it may just be because of how they play or work well with me. It could be because of just getting along with them well. But I mean, it's more enjoyable in general if you're playing with someone rather than playing solo. So it's just again, it leads into that skill-based matchmaking. It's a hard thing to
It's
balance
hard,
in
and
between, but
I did feel like BO4 the skill based matchmaking. I felt like again we don't know what it's based off of. Is it your score per minute, your kills, wins? Like we don't know. We don't know what the algorithm is for how it applies to it matching us up. If region, like we don't know. And and if
right, which is
so
so frustrating,
frustrating.
so frustrating. Like I wish that they would just come out and just release a document or something like, "Hey guys, here's how this works."
And bullet, and having map
Never gonna
awareness,
happen.
it's going to help. But if you go up against somebody with a 3-4 KD map awareness, they're going to beat you about every time. Gun wise, not map knowledge, but gun skill alone, they can work you pretty hard. So that's where it's such a hot topic on what how they're going to do it. Because what I hope and
Right.
I'm afraid that doesn't happen is it so ramped up that it pushes people away. It pushes your core group of players out. That's what worries me to death. Because I feel like myself, I feel like I'm a core player. I'll play a lot, and if the game isn't fun, I'm not going to play it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not
Right.
play. I played World War II for like 1 month. After that, I didn't touch it. It was to me awful. So you got to think I can't be the only one that feels that way. I can't be.
I I don't think you are. I think that would be impossible. One thing I think that they're probably taking to I mean, they're obviously taking into account here is I mean, you could just look at the
Oh
player
yeah,
numbers. I mean, if it were having a negative effect, and again, we're talking sales, we're talking, active viewers, promotion, that kind of stuff, then maybe they would have made a change, whether it be in the background, publicly announcing it, or anything like that. But obviously, they know things that we don't, to the point where going with skill-based matchmaking, I mean, Activision's a company, they're
yeah,
there to make money. Let's be honest here. If it was losing them money, they probably wouldn't be
true.
doing it. So I imagine that's really part of the core problem there, which is really unfortunate because, I mean, how much money do you
I
actually
know.
need? You know what I mean? It's more than enough to
Yeah,
make a game
you
already.
make enough money off sales
I don't
buying
think
the
it's
game. I feel
necessary.
like the skins. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I've seen some crazy numbers off of supply drops. Which I didn't even
Hmm.
think about this part. Adding on to the skill based matchmaking, people in the chat, I didn't even think about this connection. You had a connection with skill based matchmaking, which TC said Tryout Games has always felt connection based. I feel that way. I feel that way
Yeah,
as well. So if you add in connection and skill based matchmaking, I don't. Oh man, that's when you get the people raging like me. I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna beat my desk. Everybody's gonna laugh, clip it on Twitter. I mean, it's. I mean, it's. Them two alone are going to be problems, big problems.
yeah. I mean, we talk about connection, and we were playing with one of our members, Mr. Fantastic, and he has a router set up, and you can go out there and buy these, where you can see where the actual server you're connected to is.
Oh yeah,
That's how
Net
the
Duma.
actual program works. And he could see, yeah, he could see that they're connected to dedicated servers in pretty decently local
I agree with
areas
you, TC.
as far as where we're connected to. But their Twitter account through, I believe it was either Call of Duty or Treyarch, or it may have been Vondahar himself. I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, did tweet out specifically that they got a lot of feedback that connection was a big problem, and they weren't exactly sure on why. So I'm hoping that that might be part of it, because some games did feel a little off. And sometimes it's hard to tell if it's just, oh, that guy is actually 10 times better than me, or no, he just has a 10 times better connection than me. Sometimes it can be easy to blur the line between those two things, and hopefully they can figure out whatever that was and maybe prevent that
You
from
know,
happening. Maybe that'll help.
and
Who
that's
knows?
true. Um, we all know, we all know in chat and coffee. I'm sure you probably agree with me. I don't know, but there are times when you know you got to beat on somebody and they still, like, I call it shoot first, die first in the COD game. It sends me off the roof because then you start second guessing yourself as a core player. Am I getting bad? Am I not good at the game? You know, them things start going through your head, right? And you think like, man, I'm playing against some really good players. You know, you start factoring in a lot of things. You start to think, and then you look, oh my god, I'm red barn, or I'm peer to peer, like TC said. He's in the beta peer to peer. Or
Yep.
if I'm in North, I live in North Carolina. I'm my host is in, oh god, TC and Black Ops 3. What was that server it costly put us on? Was it Arkansas? I mean, just something out there, right? And it's like, if you don't know that, right, then you think it's skill based matchmaking, right? It could be connection. That's where it's tough. It's a tough topic to talk about, and I'm sure they hate talking about it. Oklahoma, it put us on Oklahoma every single time. But
Wow.
again, I was in North Carolina. Kraken's in North Carolina. You got, I think TC might have been in Alabama then. So like, we're all East Coast, and you're gonna throw us an Oklahoma server. Like, it's weird. You know what I'm trying to say? Let's change the subject off skill based matchmaking in a connection now.
Yeah, it definitely seems like you almost have to have
Yeah,
a
to see where
router
you're at and then just block
to
it.
change your area and enforce that, and just actually block that. Yep. It almost feels like that is like the only option you have, because we already know Call of Duty isn't going
No.
to talk about it. If they were going to, they would have already. If they cared, if it made any actual impact to what they care about, they would have said something already. They would have mentioned it way more than
Oh
anything they
yeah.
have before. I mean, there's no official statistics out there to go off of. There's really not enough of anything to go off of there, unfortunately.
All right. Let's change the subject here. Since we're talking about Cold War, the skill based matchmaking, and the connection, it seems like, let's talk about the maps in Cold War. Let's
Oh
let's
boy.
let's let's jump into this bad boy. Me personally, I only liked two maps, and that was Satellite and Moscow. The only two maps I enjoyed. Um,
I'm gonna have to go with Mason in chat's incredible
Trash.
response and description of trash with a bunch of S's and
Okay,
H's.
I
Really like that.
this has
That's
always been
perfection.
a topic in every Call of Duty. I don't know when's the last time we had a good Call of Duty that's had really good maps, right? It's been, I feel like, me personally, it's been a while. But if we talk about the ones in Cold War, Miami, awful, awful. Miami,
Miami. What a topic to
Miami.
start on.
We're talking. It's the top of the list
Mmm.
on our agenda is Miami. Hands
It
down,
is.
worst lighting ever, ever. I can't see nobody. I can't even see my
There's
grandma who's walking beside me. If she is, like, I have no idea where they're at. I couldn't tell you to save my life. I'm getting shot at, but I don't know where. The lighting is awful. If I think you talked about that. If anything, make the map daylight. Something, something.
seriously, they've got to make some change there. I mean, I'll be on the beach, running towards that little beachside bar that they have. There'll be a sniper off to the left, or maybe just someone sitting there with an AR laying down in the sand there or peeking around
And
the corner.
it's,
And you don't challenge or aim at them at all because to you they're not there. They don't
true.
exist. They are invisible
And
to you unless you want to crank your brightness up to where your display looks like it just washed out. It's not a
you
good
can run
feeling at
now.
all.
I tried it many different ways playing it. Inferno said running gun. I tried it on running gun. I tried to pace myself a little bit and try to be cautious of where I'm at. For me, the visually it was hard for me to pick people up on console. TC said it looked good. He loved it on PC. He said it looked good. So I think we talked about that. Are they going to be? Is it that way because it's going to be they're optimizing it for the new consoles? Is it Is it not really good for the old gen consoles like the PS4 Pro, which I think is still a very good console? I mean, and that's
Yeah,
where I honestly I had no flow of the map. It was you go in the middle, it's chaos. You go on the outside, it's like okay, where are they at from a long distance away? It was very chaotic for me. I didn't know where to go to find people. One, find people. Like I had nowhere really to find. It was
yeah,
tough. It was tough to see people. It was just tough for the Miami map. I think it looked pretty, right? Like if it wasn't for all that I couldn't see nobody, beautiful man. It was beautiful looking, but I just don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. Man, I just wasn't feeling Miami. Satellite.
yeah. I think
All
one thing
right.
I wanted to mention just on Miami again there because you mentioned the new consoles and stuff, and this is just an opinion that I have. I could be completely off base on this, but there's definitely a lot of lighting features on there. I say lighting, but it's abysmal at best. Obviously, the new consoles feature ray tracing and stuff like that. I don't know to the entire extent on how much that's going to be part of the new game at all. But I feel like maybe they were making this map to showcase how good that can look at nighttime with all those types of
Yeah.
effects. It's just the problem with that is that I mean we're playing an arcade shooter game. That's sure I love great looking games and stuff, but I mean this isn't a single player story mode. Like sure I want it to look good, but I'd rather see what I'm shooting at. I mean there is no night vision. Like why are we out here in the
Yeah.
dark running around with our eyes shut, basically. I mean, it just feels absolutely
It
ridiculous
was
the
tough.
entire time.
I agree with you. It was tough. Miami map, not my
Hmm.
favorite. It wasn't. If you enjoyed it, you are a few of you. You loved it. It's a small list. Okay. Satellite. Satellite. Personally, I love this map. It was fun. It was open. I could see. Um, I like the fact you got the sand dunes. You got um, you got your eye level changes when you're going up a hill. I thought that was cool. In the sense of the Miami map, I really thoroughly enjoyed Miami map. Now I did get it. Now spawn trapping, you could spawn trap on that map pretty easily. You could hold them on A domination, C domination, and you can just wreck them because there's no way you can come out. We could choke every cut off, every flow to the map we can cut off. Um, and you got way too many grenade kills in this map. Yeah, you better chuck them across the map, baby. But I thought Satellite was pretty good. Visually, it looked good.
I agree. I think it was definitely the better looking overall of the maps. The one thing I have to say about that map, and it's not necessarily about the map itself, it's just something that I noticed personally while I was playing it. I felt like I was getting, and also on the other end of, getting too many kills with grenades. Maybe that was on the, I feel like it was on the side of the caves a little
Yeah,
bit more.
I can see that.
We'll get into the grenades a little bit more. But yeah, I think overall that map definitely felt nice, definitely better than
Yeah,
Miami. Hate to even have to mention that map again, going back to that, but
I
yeah,
was
there's
excited
definitely
when
a
Satellite
lot
popped
going
up.
on
Like I
there.
was voting for it. Like I wanted to play it. Right? You could snipe on it. You could run a gun if you wanted to. Um, you could do a lot on that map if you wanted to. However, whatever play style you wanted, you could do that on that map. I felt like on satellite, you could do that on that map.
Right.
And but it was hard breaking B domination sometimes. It was kind of fun, you know. It's like at the top of a hill kind of ordeal. You know, it was kind of enjoyable. I enjoyed satellite. To me was a good map that they made. I enjoy it. Oh Lord, chat's blowing up. All right, the next map here, Cartel TC. You knew it, man. You knew it. Cartel. The damn bushes. The
Oh,
damn
I've got
the
bushes in all
damn
caps on my
bushes.
notes.
We had problems with the doors. Now we got bushes. You can lay in the bushes. They can't see you. I can hop, skip, and jump through a bush. You can't see me. Very. I have mixed emotions on this map. I don't know about you, Coffee. I got mixed emotions on this map. Um,
Yeah, the oh Lord. And for a Treyarch map, that's what honestly surprised me the most. I mean, I'm trying to think back at a map that had that many kind of camouflage type cover on a Treyarch map. Treyarch's pretty good at kind of standard 3 lane, very open, very obvious covers, not anything too crazy on like the shrubs and grass and tall grass and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like they've learned their lesson on that back in Modern Warfare 2 and, any maps existed then. You could just sit there in the grass the entire game if you
I've been
wanted
playing
to.
Fortnite. I've been
A
playing
little bit
Fortnite again behind the
ridiculous.
bush.
It feels like Fortnite is a great description. You just sit in there
All
all
game.
game. I mean, I'll be honest. It was there, so I decided to test it out. I was sitting on B domination on that map, which is right in the middle. I mean, you could just sit in one of those bushes in a random spot and just sit there and get kills. They'd have no idea what in the world was going on.
Now,
Uh,
just
Not
the
okay.
bushes. I thought the layout of the map was good. The flow of the map, there was a flow. I don't like that the spawn points take forever to get to. I know they're trying, you know,
Yeah, that's
but
a problem too, for sure.
the flow of the map was good. You had your, I'm gonna say, you had your 3 lanes, and it was a good flow. You could go the right side and go down to the rocky part in the creek. You can go to the middle where the damn bushes are at, or you could go inside the buildings and get like there was ways to get past the bushes if you had to. There was a way, but the bushes were. I remember
The
capping B and
bushes.
like somebody crawled up beside me from the bushes. I was like, I never heard them, seen them, nothing. It scared the crap out of me because I couldn't see the bushes. Which I mean, okay, the side effect to the bushes are going to be good, right? If there was nothing there, oh man, you talk about I can pop you from across the map easily with sniper. That's like sniper heaven right there, right? It's just oh man, the bushes were such a big problem on that one. Such a big problem. I don't know if they should remove the bushes, make them smaller, make it where when you go through them, it makes a noise where you can hear. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you
Hmm.
hear like that ruffle between
Yeah.
the bushes. But Modern Warfare 2, first time I got Turtle Beach headsets, first time ever, I can hear somebody reloading their gun across the map. You know, like I want to hear that person come through them bushes so I know somebody's coming. Right? And
Honestly, I just prefer a big old beam of light coming straight out
just
of
like
their
running
head,
right at
straight
me.
into the sky.
I
If they're
mean,
just not moving. Sure, why not?
oh,
That's,
T,
I mean,
TC
good
brought up
solutions than the
grenades
other.
were crazy on that map too. Because what's the first thing? The first thing
Yeah,
I did
that's
was
true.
when I spawned, I chucked a grenade in the middle of that thing. I
Yeah,
full sent it.
grenades are.
Yeet! I mean, I threw them because you know somebody's gonna be in there. I mean, that, that's one thing that something make it have a noise on the bushes. Just something, you know. Just give me something where I can hear. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. You think? I don't know. It's tough. The bushes were tough. We got rid of the doors.
Yeah, I wish I had a good
We
answer
got rid
on
of the
what to do
doors.
that. Make
The
them so you
damn
can't
doors.
go
But now we
in.
got
I
bushes.
don't know.
Bushes. Oh Lord have mercy.
Bushes, 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 for sure.
And away from the bushes.
Goodness.
Oh, Mason brought
Yeah.
this point. This is another good idea they could possibly do on this map. Move the objectives inside. Well, then you can't see them in the bushes. They're gonna be camped in the bushes. I've been thinking that my.
Just add bushes to the inside of the
Oh Lord,
building.
have
Why not?
mercy.
They seem to love bushes so much.
All
I
right, and
don't get
then
it. It just seems like a very off move for Treyarch.
box versus bushes. There's gonna be watch somebody's
Yeah.
gonna find a head glitch on a bush. I'm gonna die laughing. I'm gonna die laughing. At least you can shoot through the bush. Okay, I will grant that we can shoot through the bushes. Uh, the
That's a good
bushes.
point.
I'm gonna have nightmares on that game on that map probably. But overall, I thought it was a good flow of the map. I will say that it was a good one.
Yeah, I'd have to
All
agree with
right,
that.
the guns in the beta. Oh wait a minute, alpha too, because they got nerfed, buffed, all in between. We got to
Changed.
what? We got to
Yeah.
see all the attachments on them. Kind of crazy. Uh, I'm a little up and down about the guns. Now I did jot down the guns. Uh, you know, I don't know if we'll see more. I don't know. I hope we do. I'm hoping there's more. I don't know. Um, I don't. I feel like it was a pretty well. We'll say this. Try to say this. The snipers were a little crazy. They felt good, but a little crazy. The guns felt kind of evenly balanced. It wasn't overly powered. I could drop somebody with an assault rifle and with an SMG. Now, some of the SMGs I can map you from across the map. Some of the SMG, some of the ARs I couldn't map you across the map. So kind of, I don't know how to describe that. But there were some good guns in it. There were some good guns. I thought some guns I already know you're gonna be trash.
Yeah, I can definitely speak for. I mean, I'm a sub player mainly. There's some games where I've um, used a little bit of AR. Even some games I've used a LMG in, like Infinite Warfare. But in this game, definitely feeling the submachine gun. Um, Overalls, mainly using the Milano. I'm not sure if that's how you
Close
pronounce it,
enough.
but that's what I'm going to go with going forward. The Milano 821
Yep.
submachine gun. And they even had to nerf that
The
throughout the
the
beta
out because in
phase.
alpha that gun was dangerous.
Yeah, it was super strong, and they changed the four-shot
Yes.
kill range, and they made it longer, but or shorter. I apologize, but the effect on that for me personally, especially with the maps and the playstyle that at least that I have, for me, it really didn't. I didn't really feel much of a difference. I don't know if I'm the only one that felt that way, but that's kind of the majority. I still think that gun is great. I still love it. Um, for me, it's a lot of the way the gun feels and the consistency of the gun. I mean, if you move the four-shot kill range, but it's still consistently killing at that range, I can get used to that and just adapt to when I need to challenge, when I need to go around the corner, when I need to crouch behind a rock, if I should or not, and basically just slightly adjusted my play style. It didn't really make any huge overall changes, at least for me. But it's great to see if they're making changes like that
Mm-hmm.
quickly for guns like that. That seem to be a problem to
Now
everyone in the
in
beta.
chat, I'm gonna agree with Skate on this one. In the alpha, the AK-74U
Oh
was
boy,
the gun,
that
buddy.
thing.
It reminded me of the Black
Indeed.
Ops One AK-70. I mapped you. It was dirty. And then you gave me the option I can put any attachments I want onto it. Dude, it was ridiculous.
It was an assault rifle and a submachine gun at the same time.
And what else? And the Milano was good in the alpha as well. I didn't like the alpha, not the alpha, the Milano. I didn't use it much in alpha because I liked the MP5. The MP5 felt good to me,
Fair enough.
and was here. I also like the XM4, the M4. It felt good too. That was like I think everybody used that gun a lot. And I'm gonna go and say it now. The Galil. Is it safe to say the Galil? So I know it as the the Galil.
Sure.
I thought that was a solid one too for ARs. I didn't try the QBZ 831. Didn't even touch it. They won't touch it because they weren't familiar with it. I never tried the AK-47 because I was having so much fun with the other two assault rifles. Um, SMGs though, MP5 was dirty. AK-74U after Alpha. just wasn't hitting like it was. I'm glad they nerfed it because it was getting a
Me too.
little out of hand. It was
That thing
getting,
was a little silly, and I'm glad they changed it so quickly. I mean, when it's changed that fast, you know
oh
that they
yeah.
know.
The the
They
the
know
the,
it's a
the
problem.
Milano had like a to me had a slower fire rate to it. It still
Absolutely
hit
did.
hard though. It was good, and I think when you we'll get to this here in a second. When you got it leveled up and you had the attachments for it, it made it feel even better. And adding on to that, how did you feel about the guns leveling up? I
I
think it
thought it
took
was pretty
to me.
good. I liked a
To me,
lot
it
of the
took forever to level them
attachments.
up. It took me. It felt like me. It took forever to level up a gun. You had to.
For some of them, yeah, I think my opinion or view on that might be slightly skewed whenever they unlocked everything for all the guns
Yeah,
towards the end there. I think I kind of maybe forgot a little bit of kind of the work I put into some of the other guns. Um, but I mean, you're talking about the Milano with a slower fire rate. That's one of the reasons why I kind of like that gun. I like a submachine gun kind of middle of the range fire rate because usually it's a little bit more accurate at medium range, and you can pull off a little bit more challenges versus some mid-range
yeah,
AR players and kind of catch them off guard. Um, you can really pull off some plays that you probably shouldn't be able to with a submachine gun in reality, but it is Call of Duty. Um, but yeah, certainly the attachments. I think there's a lot of decent attachments on there. A lot of stuff that was good for the guns. As far as the leveling up, um, I'm sure it could be tweaked. It can be fun unlocking new stuff for a new gun, but it can also be frustrating when you want to try a new gun out. You don't have any attachments. It's not like the old CODs where you leveled up 10 times and here's your one grip,
true.
here's your
And
single suppressor. Now there's 12 suppressors
yeah,
in the game and
Modern
13 different
Warfare.
grips.
I know. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the customization you can on Modern Warfare. I think it's awesome, right? But Lord have mercy, I can guarantee all of us right now. I only used a handful of scopes on Modern Warfare. Like I didn't use half them scopes they gave me to use. I didn't use them, and I did notice when even in Modern Warfare the grips. Um, I like the aspect like it shows you the different types of barrels, what it does to your gun if you attach it to it. Like I enjoy that. It means there's gonna be a lot of customization for the guns, a lot of customization on the guns, which I think is gonna be cool.
Right.
But if it takes forever to load up, time you get done leveling up the MP5 full maxed out, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be the game's gonna be half over.
That's a good point. And I like that you mentioned the sights and the guns before. In some games, different games do this as well. You're right. I mean, you're really going to find one sight that you like
And
on a
use it.
gun, and that's probably it. You're not going to sit there and use all the other ones. Like, oh, you know what? I feel like using this one randomly today. It's probably not going to happen. I really wish that they would just say, hey, all of the scopes and sights, they're just unlocked by default. This is not an attachment. This is just a sight for your gun. You don't need to worry about doing challenges or leveling up your gun for a red dot that has a .005 different magnification in a instead of a square viewfinder, it's slightly rounded, and it just seems like there's not enough differences there for that grind to initiate, especially if you happen to like one of the sites that are much harder to
Yeah,
unlock. It seems a little, I don't know, it seems a little unnecessary to have to do that for all the guns that you'd want to get. The other attachments I get, I mean, there's got to be some sort of sense of unlocking and progression. Call of Duty's always been about a sense of progression, um, and definitely you can't lose out on that to keep that core feel in there. But that's one personal opinion I have about that.
true. I'm right there with you. Like it's I don't know if it'll be faster when the full game comes out. Like I don't know. I just don't know. I feel
Right.
like the grenades were okay. I see that we got C4. If you like the chunk C4, you're okay. I used to be that person. I don't do that much anymore.
I think it's a lot more balanced in this game than it has been in
True.
past. Like COD Ghost, you get behind the riot
Yep.
shield, you click the button,
Give
double
me
tap
give me
square, you're gone.
EOD. I'll be okay.
It's
Give me flat jacket.
yeah. Luckily, it's not nearly as much
True.
like that in this game. I don't think I had a huge problem with the C4 in this game, which I am happy to say that I did not have an issue with it.
Skate brought up another good thing. Throwables across the map. Was there a throwing knife in the beta?
If there was, I
I
didn't
didn't
use it
even see it.
personally. I'm mainly focusing on those grenades. It's just everyone had one. It felt like you were in I don't know, a bombing run 24/7 when it's just grenades going off. You spawn in, it's like, oh, I don't normally have grenades, but I have two. Might as well just chuck them over there. Maybe one over
Mm-hmm.
there. Who cares? It's just like you're playing, dodge the grenade. It's
And
like a new game mode. It's so
I think the
silly.
maps are so big. You know, I think it's kind. It's I have again. I think it's cool. They're kind of big. Well, they are big. Excuse me. They're kind of a large map.
Mm,
The grenades good. I feel like the grenades go a long way. Like you could chuck a grenade almost halfway across the map. If you do
yeah.
that, if you're able to jump and throw at the same time, I feel like it goes further. Yeah. Um.
Get that jump
Uh.
boost going.
I did not. I was not a fan of the school. Oh, Skate, you're bringing up the things we're going to talk about. Well, it wasn't our agenda, but now since you brought it up, the
Certainly a good point.
prestige system. Me personally, I miss prestiging. I
Yeah.
don't like the fact that I got to grind out to 155 and then boom, when the new season hits, I'm back to 55. I understand the grind to keep going, like prestiging. I get that. I get that. And we'll get the score streaks too, Skate. Trust me, we'll get to that one too.
Yeah,
Um,
certainly.
I miss prestiging because if there was a cool icon, Modern Warfare 2, I loved the 7th prestige icon. That's all I wanted. I didn't care about getting the stupid skull. I didn't. I want to get the 7th prestige. I stopped. Right. I had that option. I loved it. Right. And you could also base yourself off somebody's score. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Black
Yeah.
Ops 3 was it Black? Yeah, Black Ops 3 the first one they got where you went up to 1,000. Okay, you knew if you got into a lobby and everybody's level 1,000, buddy, it's about to go down. You know they're
Right.
grinders, right? That you know I enjoyed it, and the new system or the way they're going now, I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I do not like the new system they're going here. Again, I'm just
I
not a fan. I do like the officer rank in Modern Warfare. I like it because it gives.
I'm not a fan of it either. I'm gonna play some devil's
Okay.
advocate here again. Again, I think it's healthy for conversation to do that. And this kind of plays into the whole new player or common or casual player, as it were. I'm just going to use that terminology. Just someone who doesn't necessarily play every day or every week, or buy the game specifically
Yeah.
for that purpose. Let's say you play the game the first couple of weeks as a casual player. You're probably going to play it a lot more in the first couple of weeks than you might the following months, just in general, since it's a new game. You might be switching to other games. Let's say you get to level 55, 56, whatever it might be. Well, previously in other CODs, you come back to that Call of Duty 2, 3 months later, and you're in lobbies, and unless there's skill-based matchmaking or any type of leveling system like that, you're going to constantly run into people that are level 200, 300,
True.
400, and it's like if you're getting completely destroyed, you might associate that with the amount of time that that player's put in. Whereas now, you come back, well, now the season's reset. You're still 55, nothing's changed. Let's say it's even the middle of the season. Someone might be like level 80 or 90. That's not too much higher than 55. It's not like they're too much higher than me. It might feel or give you a sense, a false sense, unfortunately, but a false sense of feeling inclusive or feeling like there's definitely a way I can catch up and I can definitely do this. Uh, but again, it's completely fabricated by the way that they do that system, and that may have nothing to do with the reason why they do it, but it certainly feels like that could be part of it.
True. I mean, I agree with you, but it for me for me I grind out to 155, and yes, they got that little perk where you get a certain gun you can unlock. Like I think what's the
Yeah.
very first season you got that blueprint of the M4 or the OG. Like it was the old M4 from Modern Warfare 2. Like I get it, right? But I don't care about that, right? Like I don't. That could just be me, right? Some people may love the aspect
I
of
don't think
of
it's just you.
blueprints. I don't know. It could just be me. I do miss the prestiging though. I really do. I thought that was a cool initiative. Um, it was a
Yeah,
cool thing for somebody to grind for a certain one or get to that part with their friends. You know, the race, they used to
the
there will never be
race.
another race again. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, there's no point.
Oh,
The race to
right there in front of it
155
said
will
Black
be there
Ops 2.
tomorrow.
When you reset your prestiges, you got a cool little title. He's an eraser. I mean, stuff like that. Like we won't have that again if they keep us up. And I enjoyed it. Like okay, if you're a grinder of Call of Duty like myself on Black Ops 2, I went all the way to what 10th prestige. I think it was 10th prestige, right? I hit the restart button. I start all over again, refresh my stats, stuff like that. Like I enjoyed that. I'm sure there's some grinders who might probably miss it, but I don't know what the majority of it is. Right, so that's where it's like, I don't know. It's I miss it. I truly,
I agree with you. Again, I'm just
I'm with
playing
you.
devil's
I'm with you.
advocate on that
And
on
I can
that
see
point.
both sides.
I
I can see.
100%
I can see both sides.
yeah, I 100% miss the prestige system.
I
I
can say,
wish that they would
hey,
bring that back. It
you
just
bring a
felt
new
like a much
person in for
better
Call of
system.
Duty. They grind at 155, but you know what? It's gonna be okay because we're gonna bump you back down so you can grind back up again. Some people may enjoy that, and I see it. Major never prestige, and some people didn't either, right?
Well, right.
Again, that's that grinding kind of thing. Skater 8 also brought up the score streaks in Call of Duty, Black Ops, the Cold War itself.
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all noticed. Oh, well, adding on to the prestiging, uh, the old way was you lost everything. Remember, you had to level back up your perks. You had to unlock your guns again. Black Ops 4 didn't do that though.
Yep.
I don't believe. It kind of if you unlock the gun, you
Nope.
had it unlocked when you prestige again. It was I kind of enjoyed that part. Um, the score streaks though, I don't know how the score streaks worked in the Cold War, the Alpha, the Beta. I, I, I feel like they never reset. I feel like you cause like when you're playing the game and you're dying a lot, you still had your chance to get your UAV. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like,
It's it's unfortunate because they didn't describe it very well, in my opinion. It's a mix. I mean, the way that it worked itself is a mixture between score and kills, which I personally think is kind of good. Again, we're getting into this area where it's good and bad at the same time,
Lyle, I
given
like your
what
point, Lyle.
situation we're looking at. It can be good for OBJ players because they're playing the score as much as they can, getting the defense kills. Even if it's only a few, you get a lot more points for that. Where it can also help the slayers per se on your team, that are going around killing the most people, making up for that difference by getting more kills. So it kind of evens that out. But I think that can be clarified by just an overall general description or walkthrough pop up on the screen before you get into the game. Like, hey, before you start, this is how your score streaks work in some decent detail, or maybe even a video or something explaining it, so that at least everyone knows what's going on. Because yeah, there was sometimes I completely forgot. I'd almost have a helicopter, it'd be a sliver off, and I'd die again, and it'd still be a sliver off. And then I keep getting kills and points, and then I randomly would get the helicopter. It's like I don't even know what just
Yeah,
happened or
they did
why.
not.
I'm more confused than I feel
It's
rewarded.
it's
So
like
what's
they
going on?
it never reset. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it never reset. I mean, I don't know how to describe. Like your UAV reset. I feel like so if you were on a 3 kill streak and you died, that reset. But your third score streak, your big one, it still was building up till um till you got it. It was very different. Um, although I kind of like
Complicated system.
again it's one of those weird things I don't know how it works, but I also did it. It's kind of weird because I'm used to the Treyarch way for the score base. The score base was if I'm doing the objective and getting kills, I can spam my UAV. I can just boom. I'm constantly getting all my score streaks, like constantly. Right? This one didn't feel that way. This one felt like Yeah, it was weird. It was weird how I wish they would have a description of kind of how it was played. It was weird. You know what I'm saying? It was just weird in general. I don't know
Right.
how.
I agree. I honestly think that with a generalized, decently detailed description and just a little bit more playtime, kind of like other changes we've had in previous Call of Duties, having to press L2 to heal yourself in
Oh
Black
yeah,
Ops 4, learning to jump, in the air more than once in Advanced Warfare. I think that those are certainly things that we'll adapt to. It's confusing now, and at that point in time, I was more focused on playing what we had than trying to figure out small details like that, even though they were confusing. I think that once the game comes out, giving it a little time or looking it up a little bit further if they post more clarification on it, if there's a lot of confusion, I think that that'll probably become a an easier thing to understand. But yeah, in the beta and the
it was
alpha, it
weird.
was not exactly the most clear thing, and it did feel weird, even if you understood how it worked in its entirety. It still just felt weird in comparison to other Call of Duties. I think that's
It's
definitely
like
safe to
I
say.
getting my butt whooped, but I still earned the war machine. Whoa! Appreciate it, Inferno for the 100 biddies. Um,
Absolutely appreciate the
you know
support.
it didn't feel rewarding. I'm getting destroyed, in a game, and I still was able to get the war machine to turn the tide. I feel like, okay, here's this, here's this, to help you out. Like I didn't like that. Well, at the time, I was like, oh shoot, yeah, player, let's go, boom, 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 boom. Like yeah, let's push B. But then, but I didn't really earn it. Like so I just swear again, I don't know, I don't know what it was for. I have no idea. It was weird. It was just different.
Right. Yeah,
But
I
I
agree with
do
that
like the
100%. It
fact
is very,
I do
very
like the fact
confusing.
because Treyarch does score based matchmaking, and I'm going to miss it because the spamming of the score streaks. You remember the raps, right? BO3.
Oh
If you're
boy.
pushing a team hard, you get your UAV, whatever your second score streak was in your raps, buddy. If we're pushing you, I can bam have them all that right back again, and just keep
You just
and
chain that
just chain
stuff
it up
together.
and
It's a
was like, whoa.
never-ending
I
cycle.
I I, I kind of like that. They dialed that back a little bit because that kind of got a little crazy. Even though I'm going to miss it, right? That could deter some people big time. That could deter some people, but I'm going to miss it.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Oh man! Real quick, no doors, everybody. There's no more doors. We're done with doors. No,
Done with doors. They don't
we
open,
ain't
they don't
fighting the
close.
doors. We're not peeking
That's it.
doors, and we're not busting through that mofo like me business getting shot with an AA-12 shotgun.
No more
No more.
Kool-Aid Man.
We're good. No more doors. Thank God. I don't know. I have gotten in a fight with more doors on Modern Warfare. I, good God. I bust through it.
I'll be
I'm
sitting
not
there.
even. I'm trying to just go. Like I play like a ground war, so I'm trying to just go in there quietly. Nah, boom! I kick that bitch in. It's like, oh my God. Well, I'm here. What's up, everybody? I'm kind of glad. Now, some cases the doors were good. I'm going to say like searching the store, you can kind of like peek it, make a noise, make them think you're coming that way, and flank. It
Hmm.
has some good pros and cons to it, but my God, the doors drove me insane. They were so
Yeah, I
loud,
feel like
and
the
I was the person. I busted through that mofo. I didn't care. I mean, luckily the door should have fell off. That's what should have happened. If you busted through the door, it fell down, hands down.
they were super frustrating when
Oh
they
my
didn't
God.
work properly, which unfortunately I'm gonna have to
Before,
say was probably
what
more than
was the
50% of the
what? You had to
time.
switch your settings to like push. Remember, you had like now you
Yeah.
had like hold square to open the door. You go like, okay, I'm pushing square. Like little circle thing come up there, bro. And the guy just like runs in on you, and shoots you. Oh, dude, I swear. Oh yeah, GG. I
Being
got
a
raps, boys.
1v1 and
G. Oh, it's game over. Oh my God.
sounds like raps and you bust
Yeah,
through
it
that door,
sounds
might
like
as
it.
well be.
It
Goodness.
sounds like it. So no doors
No, I mean,
in Cold War. I'm happy.
yeah, and I'm personally happy about that. Like I
But they
said,
gave
the
us
1v1 and search and destroy, trying to peek that door
but
quietly,
they
and then
gave us
bang,
bushes.
it just opens like full force.
So
It's
now
for
we got
bushes. Yeah, we
yep,
traded
trade
doors for
doors for
bushes.
bushes. Oh my God. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh boy.
Well, coffee. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, everybody. We'll be right back. I'm gonna take a little break for a second here
Yeah.
and give me some more drink. We'll be right back with some more of the TGBG On Comms podcast. Thank you for everybody for coming by. We'll be right back.
Myself in a new way. This is a new reality. I stand, take chance. It's a new world. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. Running through the infinity, trying to find a way to stay free. Found a new kind of gravity, but I can see that time is running, running through the infinity, trying to find a way to stay free. Found a new kind of gravity, but I can see that time is running out. Time is running out.
Thank you for the new follow we just got. I just think I just screamed that right then. I'm sorry, everybody. Whew, we're back from that little break. But I know you're in the chat here. Giveaway time possibly. You'll go ahead and announce it.
I think that sounds like a
Giveaway
pretty good
time?
idea.
Have we announced it already? I'm gonna say let's do
The code is hashtag on
On
comms in the chat, by the way, guys. And the possible rewards here is a $10 PSN gift code or PayPal, if you do prefer cash, is an option in the chat. Very cool opportunity if you want to have a little bit of money to go towards the new Call of Duty or anything else that you might need. Really just our thank you for showing so
Yes,
much
thank you
support,
guys so
whether you're just
much.
popping in for a moment or staying here the whole time, and whether you agree with us or disagree with us. Again, I think it's all constructive conversation, and I think it's all good and healthy to have, and I think it's great having you guys. And yeah, I just wanted to say that. A little off topic from the podcast itself, but
We
it
appreciate
seriously
every
means a
single one of
lot.
y'all. This
We
this
appreciate
this
it
is
more than you
truly
know.
fun to do. This is something we've been in the works talking about, and I'm loving it. It's fun.
I can't wait for more to come
Well,
too.
speaking of that, since we're about halfway through, um, TGBG Gaming has put out a brand new video. I'm not sure if you have seen it or
Oh
not yet,
yeah.
but it's on your YouTube channel. We're going to play it here on stream. If Bullet doesn't mind me showing it on stream, I'm sure she can let me know in chat. Um, I'm gonna pop it up on the stream so we all can watch it together. I've seen it like 3 times. It's good. I love it. A little bit different music what I'm used to, but I love it. It's good. I truly enjoy it.
It's very cool. I
Amazing did
personally
a
like it.
fantastic job on it. Everybody who's seen the clips,
Shout out for
everybody who's
sure.
seen clips, awesome job. I love it. It's awesome to showcase
Yeah.
everybody's skill and talent in their clips. It's awesome. It's such an awesome thing.
And if you guys are enjoying it, watching the video here as we're about to play it, would be super helpful if you guys go over there. If you haven't subscribed, hit a subscribe. It's
Yep,
free. Doesn't
free.
cost anything. You guys probably know that by now. You can see when those videos go live. Maybe give it a like if you like it, which we hope you do. A lot of effort gets put into these things. And again, shout outs to everyone involved in that, everybody who submitted the clips, all that kind of stuff. All of that helps out. It's certainly a community effort when it comes to that. To all the folks that are involved in that for sure.
All right. Let me switch some things around. It's gonna look a little weird on your screen. Just bear with me here. We're new to this whole podcasting thing, so we're still trying to work out some ways and easier ways to do it later on in the future. So let me get it up here. It's really good. I can't wait for y'all to see this. Oh, let me go ahead and like the video.
So good at video games. Yeah. So good at video games. Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. So good.
Came on down into the middle of the party center. Getting the cool and the happy, they went quiet. Dancing and talking about the power of the gospel. Getting the cool and the happy, they went quiet. On down into the middle of the party center. Getting the cool and the happy, they went quiet. Dancing and talking about the power of the gospel. Getting the cool and the happy, they went quiet.
Seems to feel the beat, look at our sounding. Why don't we keep the rhythm till party time? Now people wanna stop the frenzy happening. But when the DJ stops the sound, let us ride.
all I can say is that was nice. That was good. That was awesome. Yes, Disciple, the 6 kill at the end was awesome, player. Awesome.
Great way to end it.
Oh, that was a perfect way to end it. That was perfect.
I like that nice turn
Yeah,
on
skate with
earlier on
some
in there too.
skate with some dirty turn-ons. That turn-on sniper quick scope, just it it was good.
Oh yeah.
Really, 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 really good. Awesome. Make sure you type in the chat hashtag. Was it I don't know. I forgot what the hashtag was. Coffee. On commands. For a chance to win a $10 PSN or $10 PayPal.
I believe you may have just missed it because I believe it was actually already
Oh,
drawn,
oh Lord.
but that's okay. It's hard. It's hard to keep track of everything at once. Like we said, there may be some hiccups in that. Not a worry whatsoever. Um, as far as the gift card goes, although there is another command in chat here.
All right. Are we ready to get back on topic at hand?
Certainly.
Oh, we're getting ready to draw for the giveaway.
Oh, again. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can certainly do that.
Go
Absolutely.
ahead.
I may have been
Go ahead
mistaken.
and
I
get them in if you
apologize.
haven't now. Hashtag on comms for a chance to win.
Everybody, put it in the chat. There's no downside.
There we go. They're coming in, baby. There we go.
Absolutely. Again, we appreciate all the support, you guys being here. It means a lot. It's again new thing for us, but
Oh, we're
hopefully
doing
a
another one?
continuous
Amazing
thing.
one? I didn't
Hopefully
know we
something
did
we
it.
can keep on going. So
Wow, I missed a lot. God.
that's all right.
Jeez. Do it. Do it. All right. I'm not quite sure when we're going to draw it again. I was just going to go ahead and do it again, or... But I will say this. The next thing we're going to talk about in the Cold War, Call of Duty Cold War, is the new FOV. Commercial break. Whoa! Surefire? Did Surefire win? I'm lost.
It looks like it.
Whoa! We got ourselves a winner. Congratulations!
Very,
Congratulations!
very nice.
I didn't even know we did get away the first time. He won the first one. Amazing.
That's
Amazing
okay.
won the first giveaway. Amazing.
Yeah, Amazing won the
Congratulations
first
on
one.
winning the first
Absolutely.
giveaway. Man. Congratulations to all the winners. Again, thank you again, everybody, for stopping by on our first attempts of this podcast. So far, I think it's going fairly well. Yeah, you won, girl. It's rigged.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations. Congratulations to everybody that won. I think we did 2 giveaways. Lord have mercy, I'm behind. All right. Coffee, let's get into this big topic here. This was big in my opinion.
I agree.
It's
Yeah,
the
FOV and
the
tie in with the graphics.
FOB.
And there's
FOB. We also got the pace to play, how fast it is. There's a lot we should need to talk about before we end this podcast. There's a lot. FOB. Wow. the FOB we can now we now can change our FOB to play like we're on a PC. Is that pretty much
Pretty
to say?
much, and you can crank that thing all the way up, I believe, up to about
All right,
120,
so
with certain implications, some
true.
negative, some positive, um, with unfortunately not really a great description for maybe some players who maybe not really understand how that might affect your gameplay. You might crank that up and see a lot of things and feel like you're zooming across the map. That's just the way the field of view works. I got news for you. You're moving the same speed
True.
as everyone
Just
else.
your
It just
scale
looks
is
like
your
you're going
scale is a
faster,
lot
but
more. You can see more.
mm, there's a lot of things that change there. Now, I'm playing on a PS4 Pro, so I'm going to go off of my own
Same as
experiences on
me.
this. I have not played it on a normal
Oh,
PS4, so keep that in mind with the things that we're discussing here as well. Personally, I play it at about 105, about
I
100 to
believe that's what Skate
105.
said he does too as well.
hmm I play a little bit of Battlefield, and they've had that slider on Battlefield 5, I believe, since it came out, and that's exactly what I play Battlefield 5 at as well as 105. It's a nice mix for me. There may have been a few hiccups just here and there. Personally, I think the upside of the field of view is higher than the negative aspect that comes along with it, in my personal opinion. You can see a lot more. Um, but also on maps like Miami, well, you're seeing a lot more nothingness. The less you can see might actually help because you're seeing a little bit more zoomed in, a little bit closer up at a lower field of view. So it's obviously very kind of on your own personal opinion on what you want to do on that and which console you're playing on. But obviously, it seems like this is much more catered towards the PS5, especially with keeping a consistent frame rate with a high
Okay.
field of view. But definitely wanting to be inclusive with other consoles as well and making that
I'm
work.
going to be the noob in this conversation. Okay, I'm the noob. Okay,
Sure.
I have I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to VOD. Not a clue. I did mess I did
Which
mess
is
around with it though, Coffee. I did. I messed around with it. I think I only went up to 100, and I was just like, whoa. I mean, just to see a lot more angles on my screen was
mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah.
And the bad part was it is, it maybe because of my age, I wasn't fast enough to turn at that person. I don't. If that's weird to say, it was throwing my depth perception off. I did go.
It it may sound weird to say that out loud. You're not
Okay.
wrong. You can look up stuff more detailed than what I might give. I'm not certainly not an expert in this, but I certainly do know at least a little bit. The way that your sensitivity feels and interacts whenever you have different fields of vision can feel extremely different. You might need to adjust your sensitivity alongside your field
Okay.
of view in order to get things to
Okay.
feel right. You may actually be moving faster than normal or slower than normal. But me personally, as long as it feels right,
Okay.
it's just what you're comfortable with. You gotta get used to. Now, it's another thing to learn. It's another
Wow.
slider to mess with and try to perfect and make sure you're getting right. And you can ask this person and that person. But it's a lot of personal preference on that too. And you can ask PC players who a lot of games already have that option
Yeah.
included. A lot of them will play 100, 105,
Woo! That's on bop up.
85, depending upon what the game is. It certainly depends on the player, the play style. A lot of that can depend on what you're doing. You know, if you're sitting back a lot and sniping, might be better to have a slightly lower field of view because then you're zoomed in a little bit more. Might be able to see people easier farther away. The higher the field of view, the farther things look away than they actually may be. Especially in your peripherals on the corner of the screens, that can really distort things if you turn it up too high. So there's a lot of stuff to learn with that. If you haven't done it before, so definitely tweak around with those settings if you never did in the beta, or if you just left it at one point. Try out some different things. Look up online some different things that work out, and I think that that's definitely gonna maybe change your playstyle a little bit. It may not make you 20 times better than what you were before, but it can certainly make a difference to make you feel more comfortable with the way you're moving around.
You do have a fan in the chat now, Troll. You have a fan. You have a fan, but it's okay. Me personally, I played on 100. I do play on high sensitivity. I think on the beta I was maxed. I went on 10. I bumped down to 7. Um, I tried I went to 100 FOV again. I was lost on like my gunfight, so I was a little lost. I went back to 80 and I was more comfortable, and maybe just because I'm not used to that. I mean, it's safe to say, and I went back doing better than when I did bump it up. Now, I did like the aspect of it where I could see a lot more. Maybe need to mess around and try it, But it's
Hmm.
something. It's
Sure.
something new. It's something new. As console players who mainly playing console, it's something new. For me personally, it was. I was like, whoa. I mean, it was just wow. Bronze, thank you for the 250 biddy, sir. It was very.
Absolutely.
It was different. Something cool though. It was cool. I thought it was very cool. Now, pace of play. How do you feel about the pace of play in the beta in alpha? Fast.
I think
Oh
it's
God.
similar to Modern Warfare in some ways. I do think it's fast, definitely on the faster side, even though the whole 150 health thing. I mean, 150 health. I mean, you could put 5,000 health. Bullets and everything are just going to scale. I think a lot of people were. I'm going to say scared. I mean, not literally scared, but you know what I mean. Maybe worried or about the whole 150 health thing.
I ain't worried about
But
that.
really, all that does is allows you to scale the bullet numbers out a little bit easier. When you're working with 100, there's really only so much you can do with like 2-shot kills, 3-shot kills, and things like that at different ranges. But with a higher number, working just with numbers and how much bullets can deal, there's certainly a lot more you can do that at different ranges. So certainly didn't really seem to make much of a difference at the 150. You still have guns that are just dealing more damage
Yeah.
because of that, and then lesser damage at longer range. It's easier to do damage drop off and that kind of stuff. So I would ignore the 150
I
right now. I don't think
I
that's
think
too
if
big of a
anybody
deal.
played
But
Black
yeah,
Ops 4,
fast.
we're kind of used to it. I know I got used to it fairly quickly. I mean, I got to the point where like I knew how many bullets went in people when I would stop shooting, and sometimes it backfired on me. Me personally, I feel like this is the fastest COD that we have ever played. Me personally, it's the fastest. I can scoot across this map fast. I I like
Yeah,
that because me personally, I like the fastness of it, but it has the feel of Call of Duty Cold War felt a mixture between, for me, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, but fast. It was fast. The guns felt
yeah,
like BO1, but it was fast. I'm talking fast. Because, buddy, if you can figure out how to slide cancel and do all that, you scooting. You are
the
you
slide
are
cancels were
scooting. I'm thinking of satellite in my mind.
literally
There
scooting.
were some players that would get to be so fast before I would. I was like, oh, Lord have mercy, they rolling. You know what I'm trying to say? To me, it's to me besides the um, advanced movements, this is probably the fastest um, Call of Duty that's on boots on the ground that I've ever played. I mean, you're rolling, you are rolling, and I don't know how new people are going to adjust to that. I mean, it's quick to me personally.
It's definitely quick. I think I might need some more time with it
You
to
can't
resume
control it though. A
those
lot
with
of other
all the
good point.
guns and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you
But yeah,
it felt good. If it felt good, I could start putting more time and effort. You can control. You can understand the speed of it, and you're sliding and all that. It was, but it's fast. I feel like it was fast, way a lot more faster than Advanced Warfare. It may seem faster, not Advanced Warfare, but Modern Warfare because I'm busting through doors at high speed. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I feel like it was super fast. It
yeah,
was. It was.
definitely a fast time to kill.
Yes, that too.
A lot
I
going on
noticed
there for sure.
if you had connection, which again, people who have played Call of Duty for a long time, like yourself and I have, and other people in the chat, time to kill, connection wise, if you had connection or not. Because there was sometimes I knew when I had connection. That MP5 dropped people like that. I'm talking fast, super fast. again, I don't know if that was so much connection, but the time to kill seemed faster than BO4 with 105 health to me. So you add that on to the pace of the speed of the game and then the time to kill. I mean, I it was quick. It seemed very very fast, especially if you got good aim and you're popping people. I mean, it seemed very very fast. I'm talking fast. How fast? Fast.
Great description. Absolutely.
Fast is fast. Oh man, I'm just thinking about how fast it was. Oh man. All right. So to sum this up, we've talked about skill-based matchmaking. We've talked about the maps. We talked about the guns, the doors. There's no more doors. We got bushes now. How would you rate the beta, personally? How would you rate it for yourself?
Um, it's hard to rate, man. There's so many good games and bad games just on and off. Like I said, with the skill-based matchmaking, I want to give it a great rating. There's a lot of good gunfights I had, a lot of good feeling moments. There's also with the connection issues they mentioned. I try not to rate it too harshly on those
Yeah,
things because, like I said earlier, they tweeted about that. They are looking to look into that and let us know in the chat too, guys. If you want to, be involved in that, you guys can answer the question as well. What do you guys think? Rate it out of 10. Uh, however
Skate
you
said
want to rate it.
he
Use
liked that they
whatever
brought
system you want to
control
use,
back.
but
The game mode control. Oh
yeah,
God, Skate,
control's pretty good.
bro. I'm not
Absolutely.
with you on that one, Skate. I didn't like control. I like control when you get a team, right? You have a good team. Control is fun. It's a good team. It's a good team mode. Um, how many betas have we had? We've had what's this Black Ops 3, a beta per take. We've had a beta since then.
Yeah, quite a
This one was
few.
not on the top of the list for me. It wasn't to me. It wasn't a good beta. I did
Yeah.
like the the pros to it. I did like the fact that we got to see every gun, every attachment. I like that. And then the cons to it, it just didn't feel good. It was like a hit or miss on some of the days during the beta. It felt good. Friday night, Friday night. Oh man, we opened up Thursday night for us. The first two nights, the beta felt awful for me. It was awful. I don't know why or how to describe it, but then Saturday, it felt great. It was enjoyable. I could play it. It was I don't know. It was weird. It was a different beta for sure. Cause I feel this is the first beta we got to see all the attachments. We got to really play it. I guess all the game modes we got to play. Lord, I don't even know all the game modes besides your regular. You had the I wasn't even going to talk about this, were we? The I don't even know what they're called. I don't know where I'm going here with this. I'm totally lost right now.
You talking about the other game modes
Like
like
dirty,
Dirty
yeah,
Bomb?
that one. Like it was. I'm glad we got to see that part of it, which had a lot more scale, a lot more players on the map. You can see how it felt chaotic in a sense. All them players and how it held up. It was chaotic, but it felt good. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like in the middle. How the beta was, good and bad.
Yeah, I think it's really hit and miss for me. I don't think I mean, I could give it a number, but it's probably just going to end up
True.
changing. It's kind of middle of the run for
Yeah,
me right
I
now.
think we're both on the same
I think it
page.
definitely has some promise, but the things that I want them to fix, I have no idea if they will. Uh, so it's really hard to tell. I want to like it, I really do. I want it to have just as many great moments as other Call of Duties, but I mean, you never really know until you get there. Unfortunately, playing the full build. I mean, even sometimes after 1 or 2 weeks, the whole game feels like it changes. The whole meta, the guns change, the whole thing can change up.
Somebody just
So
followed the chat and said, "Chef smells like booty." I wear a degree, bro. I smell like sports. Smell that success. you know, I am glad though we get to play a beta though. I will say that. At the end of the day, I'm glad we get to play it before it comes out, so we can get our hands on it. Because the people that play Call of Duty, like me and you, have played for such a long time, I enjoy that. I enjoy it. To see it and play it before it comes out. Maybe they can tweak some stuff. We don't get no one man army. You know, like man, so we find out like, oh my god, this guy can just like we get to see things and tell them about it. That's the one cool thing I like about the beta because it's not. I hope to God it's not the finished product, but I'm glad we get to see that. Now. That's one cool thing I do like about a beta in Call of Duty.
Sure, yeah, I can agree with those points.
Oh man, I love podcasts. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, everybody, that's all we got to talk for tonight. Um, any last words, um, Coffee, before we sum this up?
Um, I mean, I've said it multiple times, and I'll keep saying it.
I hear you, Irish. Lay that
Can't
hammer
stop.
down.
But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Um, seriously, there's a lot of you guys in here, and I'm loving to see that. Looking forward to seeing you guys next time
True,
as
and we had
well.
more to talk about tonight.
Lots of
And
different topics we can talk about, but
we had more we had to talk about tonight. But I think we've done a pretty good job tonight talking about the beta. We talked about it a lot. Good input from the chat. Good input from you and me on subjects. You know that we all because we all truly love Call of Duty. We all truly love it, and we want to see it succeed. And I think that's all of us feel that way. Um, so you know, and again, I'm sure I can vouch for Kevin here. This is all our opinions. I know everybody's got their own opinion on it, and we totally get that. But a lot of these things have been popping up a lot on Twitter. You know, I figured that we just chit chat and talk about it because my man Coffee's been playing since the early days. I mean, I can't imagine playing the first Call of Duty and playing the new one now. I'm sure it's totally different on the mechanics of it, how it plays. And me starting on Modern Warfare and seeing how, you know, all the glitches in that game. My favorite one was you run with the airstrike can with a knife, you ran super speed. I mean, we will never forget them
oh
moments,
Lord,
right? And, you know, it's just, you know, I'm just happy. This is awesome. This is just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, everybody, we talked about skill-based matchmaking, the pros and cons, the maps. The damn doors are gone, but we got bushes. Let's go. We got the
bushes.
VO,
It's the new
the
title of this
bushes,
podcast.
the
Bushes,
VOV, how
episode 1.
fast-paced. We talked about a lot in the new beta, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. It's just been a blast. It truly has. Well, everybody, we will be
Absolutely.
here, I think, same time next week, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Plan.
And I missed another time zone here. I'm off with the other ones.
All right, Eastern Standard Time.
I'm right there. I'm a noob. Okay, I'm a teacher. Oh gosh, I shouldn't say that. Everybody, thank you again for stopping by for our first ever podcast for TGBG On Comms. Truly an honor, and thank you everybody that came by. Thank you for the biddies, even our troll we had. You're loved at some point. I don't know. Yeah, but thank you everybody for stopping by, and we'll see you next week. And we're out. Peace.